Are you ready to read a book about some candies? It's called The Candies Last Stand, and you will not believe what the candies are up to in this book. But before we get started, make sure you have on your listening ears because we have a show called Kids Ask, Authors Answer, and that's where kids like you get to send in questions for the author, and the author's going to answer them for you. So let's jump into the story.
The Candies Last Stand, written by Rochelle Taffman Perez, narrated by me, Sam Howard-Els. It was holiday time again, and the party was about to begin. The decorations, the tree, and menorah were all set up. The kindergarten classroom was lit with twinkling lights. Everything looked so festive and bright. Even though the children were outside on recess, there was so much going on inside the small classroom. The teacher, Mrs. Thompson, along with her helpers, set up the food and both of the tables. Everyone was happy for this special occasion. Everyone except for the Candies. The Candies had decided that this holiday season they did not want to be eaten. Brave Jelly Bear stood up first. He was upset. He had to come up with a plan to save everyone. Snacks were already placed on the tables. All of the candies were resting in colourful bowls. Brave Jelly Bear quietly greeted Wise Peanut Brittle to express his concerns. He said, "We don't want to be their dessert. What can we do?" Wise Peanut Brittle agreed something had to be done. Something wild, something crazy. So they created a scheme that required everyone's cooperation. Now was the time to tell the other candies. Brave Jelly Bear spoke to the other candies and explained all of the details of their plan. Compassionate Candy Cane said, "We are ready to help." Wise Peanut Brittle told him, "Don't worry, we are ready to go." Loyal Hanukkah Gelt proclaimed, "We are with you until the end." Curious Nonpareil asked, "What can we do? I want to make sure we know the role we need to play." Confused Ribbon Candy admitted, "I'm not certain how this will work, but we are willing to try our best." Cheerful Jelly Ring was always jolly and agreed right away. Determined Lollipop exclaimed, "This is a genius idea, and we won't give up until we succeed." Each group of candy thought out the ideas presented. The goal was to create a diversion. They all said, "We need to escape this holiday party." The candies were excited. Never before had something like this been attempted. Every detail was discussed. All the questions were answered. Now was the time for action. The stage was set for a candy rebellion, and each candy group knew what they had to do. They waited patiently for the children to return from recess. It was important that they waited for just the right moment. As soon as the children settled down in their chairs and everything was calm, the Nonpareilis jumped out of their bowl all at once. The children couldn't believe what they saw. Mrs. Thompson put her hands on her head in disbelief. There were chocolate Nonpareilis bouncing all over. No one knew quite what to do. Some children started laughing, some started crying. Some children even jumped out of their seats to try to catch them. The chaos had begun. Mrs. Thompson tried to calm her students down, but it just was not working. There was chocolate everywhere. All you could hear was screaming and yelling. The Nonpareilis were out of control. They jumped on the heads, shoulders, and arms of the children. Now it was the lollipops' turn. They flew right out of their bowl. There was a massive flash of colour and beautiful swirls. The children were surprised by the bouncing sweets on sticks. The teacher's helpers tried to keep everyone off the tables, which was difficult with all the lollipops springing about. The children thought that this was great fun. Some children imitated the lollipops hopping, while other kids ran to grab them. Again, Mrs. Thompson attempted to regain order in her classroom, except it didn't work. She got dizzy with all the crazy swirls of colour around her and had to sit down. Some kids tried to run away from the candies. The teacher's helpers just stood and stared for what they saw in the classroom could not be believed. lollipops hopping and bopping about, the children running, yelling and laughing, the nonpareils bouncing and pouncing around. Mrs. Thompson could now see things more clearly. What was happening in her classroom was utterly crazy. She dialed the front office for help, but didn't get very far. Suddenly there was a shaking sound that came from the tables, and at that very moment the jelly rings all leaped out of their bowl. Now there were jelly rings bouncing off the walls and tables, nonpareils jumping on the kids, and lollipops hopping on the bookshelves and the windowsill. The teacher's helpers dodged the children and Candies. No one inside of the classroom stood still. It was pure insanity. A few children tried to catch some of the candies. Some others ran around with empty bowls on their heads. Mrs. Thompson started to tremble with her face full of dread. What a sight! And then, what happened? The peanut brittle all bounced out of their bowl. The teacher's helpers tried to calm the children down, but the kids just kept on laughing and screaming with delight. While all of this was happening, loyal Hanneke Gelt got her golden coin friends going. They started spinning around in their bowl. Then the Hanneke Gelt spun so fast that they actually took flight. The children had to dodge left and dodge right. The spinning Hanneke Gelt were flying around so fast that they brought down the streamers and knocked down the menorah. All of a sudden, the jelly rings and Hanneke Gelt flew at Mrs. Thompson. They knocked her and the Christmas tree over. She was out cold. The unsure ribbon candy hesitated at first, then yelled, "Let's go!" He launched the other ribbon candy in the air. They didn't know what would happen, but were ready to do their share. The plan was to create such a distraction for everyone and a way to throw them off so that they could all escape. The ribbon candy bounced off the jelly rings to soar higher and higher. Success! Brave Jelly Bear knew it was their turn and sent out his signal. Each jelly bear grabbed a lollipop and helped them out the window. This continued until the lollipops were safe. Now the jelly bears grabbed the drinking cups and scooped up the nonpareils until the chocolate was safe. But wait, some of the ribbon candies fell down to the floor. Brave Jelly Bear noticed this and sprang into action. He got his gummy friends moving and then signalled the candy canes. Compassionate Candy Cane knew that this was her chance. She said to her friends, "Okay, it's time." They got straight to their task. The candy canes all linked together and made a chain. This chain went from the Christmas tree to the window. The jelly bears each grabbed a ribbon candy or a peanut brittle. They swung bravely from each candy cane to the next. They kept going until all of those candies were safe. By now, the children were jumping up and standing on the chairs to try to get the candies down. The Hanneke Gelt was still flying about. They knocked down the candy canes and helped them get out. The jelly rings bounced around to the window. They started from the Christmas tree and made graceful flips to safety outside. Brave Jelly Bear took a good look around. He signalled his friends to bounce out without making a sound. And just then, the school principal walked in. She saw the mess in the classroom. She saw the kids running around. She looked towards the window, and what did she see? Brave Jelly Bear smiled and waved to her as he jumped out of sight. At that moment, Mrs. Thompson raised her head slightly. She looked at the principal with weary eyes and had a bump on her head. The children were all of a sudden silent. All of the candy chasing had made them hungry. The teacher's helpers searched for snacks amongst the mess. There were crackers, pretzels and fruit to eat. All the candies had successfully escaped from the classroom. The children enjoyed their snacks. There was a lot of chatter about what happened in their classroom. They just couldn't believe what they had seen. The teacher's helpers started to clean up the mess, but there were toys, balloons and food all over the floor. Nothing could have prepared them for all the events of this day. The principal was happy that the children were calm and eating their snacks. She was just very confused. She then asked everyone, "What happened here?" Then she asked herself, how did the jelly bears jump out the window? Why was the classroom such a mess? Why was Mrs. Thompson on the floor? The teacher's helpers got an ice pack for Mrs. Thompson and then started to laugh. Outside, under a bush, the candy danced around because they were excited. They had escaped. Their plan had worked. There were lots of high fives, hugs, pats on the back, and big thumbs up. Brave Jelly Bear said to the group, "Good job, everyone. We are free." Brave Jelly Bear looked at the large group of candies around him. He realised that they were now outside, with no idea what to do next. He asked the group of candy, "Where should we go? What should we do?" The other candies looked at each other and shrugged. Wise Peanut Brittle pointed north and said, "Let's go that way." Brave Jelly Bear suggested that they visit Santa Claus. Where do you think they should go?
Now, wasn't that a great story? I'm so glad you listened to it with us. And now you can listen to what some other kids thought about this story too. Check this out.
Hi.
What did we read today?
The Candies Last Stand. The Candies Last Stand.
That's right.
The Candies Last Stand.
Okay, what was it about?
The candies did not want to get eaten, so they escaped.
That's right. Why don't you tell me which one's your favorite candy?
The gummy.
The gummy bear?
Yeah, I like the gummy bear. He's cute.
Mary, which one's your favorite candy? The non-Pirellis.
Lollipop.
You like the lollipop?
Yeah.
Why do you like the lollipop the most?
Where's lollipop?
It's not on there.
Why?
It doesn't show all the candies. Oh, okay, show them the bear.
My baby is bear, and I have.
When it has the brown bear.
And I do have another one. Do you have another one?
Oh, Mary, do you see it now? What is there? The brown bear. Is that your favorite?
Mama, I like those, and I have another one. Maybe it's that dog.
That doggy?
That
Oh.
dog.
On the shelf?
Yeah, on the shelf right
Okay.
there.
You like all the toys on the shelf? That's your favorite? So, where do y'all think the candies should go?
Go anywhere.
Huh?
Go to Santa. Go to Santa.
You think it should go to Santa?
Yeah.
Or should they go somewhere else?
Go to Santa. And then the elves eat them.
You think the elves should eat them?
Yeah. Like Archie. All elf.
You think Archie would like that?
Yep. Mama, they gotta run away.
They're gonna run away? Where do you think they should run away to, Mary?
Inside the house.
Inside the house. What house?
In this house.
In your house so that you can eat them?
Yeah. They won't escape. I will be able to catch them.
Would you eat them?
Not the gummy bears. I don't like gummy bears. Thank you.
So don't forget to send in your questions. You can send in a video, a picture, or just text. We just need your name and your age. That way we can put it on the screen so everybody can see who the question was from. We'd love to hear your questions and have the author answer them. Thank you so much for watching.